delivering quality education, expanding access to learning. The official TV-based instruction of Tagum City. This is Tagum City Division's DepEd TV. Tara na!
Research is life, isn't it? Oh, hello there, grade 10 learners! We are now on the last module for the fourth quarter in English 10. Congratulations for reaching this far. It's me again, Teacher Karen from La Filipina National High School, airing from Salida La Filipina TV in the service of DepEd Tagum City, as we join forces to continue the delivery of quality education even we are immensely challenged by the pandemic. By the way, do you love research? Do you find it interesting to write research? How many researches have you made? Well, in the life of a student, you can't get rid of research. Even if research is a bit stressful, we have to deal with it. As human beings, we have always asked ourselves questions as much about the phenomena we observe daily as the deepest mysteries of nature. When curiosity and intuition are applied in a systematic approach to find the answers to questions, when we draw on experience and the knowledge we've already acquired, then we are doing research. All of us in our daily lives explore, investigate, invent, solve problems, try out new recipes in the kitchen, find the best way to trim a plant, or simply play games. Dedicating our lives to research means making study an experiment and leads these activities to the acquisition of new knowledge. Today, we will learn how to write a research report about a relevant social issue. So prepare now your pen, notebook or paper, and your self-learning module. Sit comfortably and have fun learning with me. In this lesson, you are expected to first, identify the essential parts of a research report. Second, consider the guidelines on how to select and limit a research topic. And third, compose a research report on a relevant social issue, which is also our most essential learning competency. Let us lighten up the mood by playing anagram first. Do you know what an anagram is? Anagram is a word, phrase, or name formed by rearranging the letters of another. So I want you to form at least 5 words from the word research. More than 5 is better. You have 10 seconds to do it. Time is up. Did you know that you can form more than 100 words from the word research? From 8-letter words down to 2-letter words. And these words are the following. many words have you formed? If you formed 5 words in 10 seconds, good job! And if you formed more than that, you are an awesome word hunter. Excellent! Now before we move forward to the discussion of our lesson, let us try answering these questions to measure what you already know about the topic. Just write the letter of your answer on your paper honestly. I will give you 5 seconds to think and decide for your answer. Let's start! Number 1. The part of a research report which presents background information on the research topic and explains the purpose and motivation for conducting the research. A. Abstract, B. Introduction, C. Methodology, or D. Results and discussion. The answer is letter B. Introduction. Number 2. This refers to the part of a research report which presents the results and interpretation of the data gathered. A. Abstract, B. Introduction, C. Methodology, or D. Results and discussion. The answer is letter D. Results and discussion. Number 3. This includes the procedure employed by the researcher or researchers in the conduct of the research. A. Abstract, B. Introduction, C. Methodology, or D. Results and discussion. The answer is letter C. Methodology. Number 4. Written in this part of a research report are the list of all the sources or references consulted in writing. A. Abstract, B. Introduction, C. References, or D. Table of contents. The answer is letter C. References. And number 5. In writing this part of your research, you have to think of lines that may catch the interest of your reader. A. Abstract, B. Introduction, C. References, or D. Table of contents. The answer is letter B. Introduction. Did you get all the 5 answers correctly? That's great! If not, just keep on smiling and continue learning. As you have gone through different stages of being a student, you might have noticed that you are tasked to make a report of any topic that your teacher might have assigned to you from time to time. One of these reports includes a research report. A research report is a report of your research, a detailed account of your research topic written clearly and concisely. There are different parts of a standard research report. It will start with a title page. The title page provides the main idea of the research report and the name and affiliation of the author. Table of contents. It is a list of the different parts of the paper along with the corresponding page number. Abstract or synopsis. It is a summary, about 100 to 500 words of the key points, the goals and objectives, results and conclusions of the research. The introduction. It presents background information on the research topic and explains the purpose and motivation for conducting the research. Sometimes, the review of literature is included in this part. The review of literature presents other researchers done related to the study. Methodology. It explains the procedures employed in doing the research and describes the data collection process. Results and discussion. It presents the results of the study along with the interpretation and analysis of the gathered data. These data are compared and contrasted to the findings discussed in the review of literature. Conclusions and recommendations. The conclusion gives a short explanation of what is discovered from the study conducted. The recommendations provide suggestions or solutions to problems based on the results or findings. References. This is a list of all the sources or references consulted in writing the research report. Appendices. These are the important materials used in the conduct of the study as questionnaires, interview sheets, and survey sheets, among others. Now that we already know the important parts of a research report, let us move forward in learning how to develop and limit a good research topic in order to successfully complete a research report. You have to realize that selecting and limiting a good research topic may not be as easy as it sounds. The research topic must be focused enough to be significant and interesting, and comprehensive enough for you to find adequate information. How to select and limit a research topic. Tip number 1 is to brainstorm for ideas. What would you like to research about? Why does it interest you that you would like to know more about it? Do you have any opinion about it? Tip number 2. Identify the sources of general background information. What sources of information can you use to gather information? Who can help you in providing information about the topic? Can you use the library, magazines, journals, periodicals, or the internet to collect information? Do you know any organization that can help you in gathering information? Tip number 3 is focus on your topic. What specific area or factor of the topic would you focus your research on? Why did you decide to focus on that specific area or aspect? Who is affected by the topic? Tip number 4. Make a list of useful keywords. What are the keywords that you can use to best describe your topic? Enumerate them. Tip number 5. Be flexible. What are the considerations or adjustments that you would do if ever there is a need to modify your research topic? And tip number 6. Define your topic as a focused research question. What is the primary question that your research topic wants to answer? And the last tip is to formulate a thesis statement. This is the roadmap for your paper. In other words, it tells the reader what to expect from the rest of the research report. After selecting and limiting a research topic, you can now start to write the draft of your research. Remember that writing is a recursive process. It entails gathering more information and using these information to support your claim. Let us start with the first goal, writing the introduction. Now remember, there are 4 essential parts of the introduction: a brief background, objectives of the study, significance of the study, and the literature review. In writing a brief background, you have to provide an overview of the scope of the research. For the objectives of the study or the statement of the problem, articulate what you intend to find out or achieve in the study. Some researchers use research questions that they intend to address in the report. Others articulate the objectives of the study. Either way, research questions or objectives are tools to guide readers in knowing the direction of the research. For the significance of the study, discuss the relevance of the study to your intended audience. Cite the specific benefits that they can get from the findings of the research. And in the literature review or review of related literature or RRL, discuss previous studies done on the chosen topic. Relate how your research relates to these previous researches. Some might think that it is simply a summary of sources, but it is actually more than that. It provides the reorganization of information, or it might also trace the intellectual progress on the subject at hand. Furthermore, it evaluates the sources and advises the readers on the most relevant information. Remember, in writing the introduction, you also have to think of catchy devices or hooks that would get the interest of your readers. This can be done through the use of questions, direct quotation, a startling fact, or vivid description. Next, the introduction is writing the body of your research report. The body of the research reports contains the substantial amount of information that needs to be clearly and accurately presented and analyzed. The data that will be presented in this section are meant to address the research questions or objectives. In presenting the gathered information, you can use pie charts, graphs, or tables. Note that you must introduce each illustration appropriately, followed by an adequate discussion of the data presented. Moreover, you need to use related studies to support or disprove the findings. You can do this by incorporating notes, a summary, quote, or paraphrase that you have gathered. Remember to cite your sources using the recommended system of documentation. Also, introduce and explain the direct quotation, paraphrase, or summary that you have incorporated in the discussions. The last part of your research report is writing the conclusion. The conclusion is important in bringing home the highlights of the research paper. A well-written conclusion allows readers to take on a new perspective about the thesis. Moreover, it provides readers with recommendations that can be explored concerning the topic. Here is an example research report from the International Journal of Research and Innovation in Social Science, or IJRISS, conducted by Professor Mark Gabriel Wagan Aguilar, a school director of ABE International Business College in Quezon City, Philippines. The title of his research is Social Media, Filipinos, and Key National Issues in the Philippines, a macro analysis. In his research, the relevant social issues he addressed are the involvement of the Filipinos in the use of social media, poverty, and ignorance. This research clearly explained the root cause why people of the Philippines has become ignorant towards issues but remain highly confident when it comes to giving comments on such through social networking websites. It has been found that Filipinos are likely to give comments and or feedbacks to issues despite knowing nothing on it, and tend to rely on information posted in social media without checking its validity and the source's reliability due to the illusory truth effect caused by the continuous commenting, posting, and sharing of information, verified or not. The results of this research also show that poverty is the reason why a person has limited access to reliable information that affects their perception towards key national issues. Thus, regulating social media in countries where poverty rate is high is highly recommended. In his introduction, he describes the Philippines' form of government and the slogan of the country that made it famous. He also talks about democracy and democratic traditions of participation and freedom of choice and expression over the years, and Facebook as a vital part of democracy. Also, in his introduction, he stated the principle that guided him in the conduct of this research. In the body of his research, you can see the method he used in the conduct of his study and the discussion, while in the conclusion, a matrix is conceptualized based on the results of his study. He also enumerated the sources he used as his references. Alright, before I let you start your research work, I want to check if you can still remember the important terms in a research report which we discussed a while ago. I will show you a word with jumbled letters, and you will arrange the letters to form the word that I will define. You only have 5 seconds to write your answer honestly. Number 1. It presents background information, scope, and focus of the research paper. The word is introduction. Number 2. A systematic investigation to contribute to an existing body of knowledge. The word is research. Number 3. It explains the procedures employed in doing the research and describes the data collection process. The word is methodology. Number 4. It provides a review of what others have written or researched on concerning the topic. The answer is literature review. And number 5, it summarizes all sections and helps readers decide whether or not to read the entire report. The word is abstract. Did you get a perfect score of 5? Congratulations for taking the quick test. I am sure you are now ready for a more challenging task. For your final task, on a clean sheet of paper, write a research report on any relevant social issue. Use this guide in writing the draft of your research report. For the introduction, discuss the following: background information, objectives of the study, significance of the study, related literature. Incorporate a grabber or hook in this segment of your introduction. For the body, this includes the presentation and analysis of your research data or information. You may incorporate some notes, summary, paraphrase and direct quotations that you wrote during the pre-writing phase. Do not forget citing your sources to avoid plagiarism. Think of catch titles for the subheadings of the paper. Remember, it is perfectly fine to use the ideas of others as long as you cite their names properly. Lastly, for the conclusion, this portion consists of summarization of your findings. Moreover, a set of recommendations addressing the issue or concern that you have tackled in your research paper must be included. Please be guided with a scoring guide or rubric. For the criteria, catchy introduction. It should be exceptional for 4 points. For the credibility, it should be detailed and accurate. For your explanation, it should have excellent analysis. For the organization, it should be exceptionally clear and logical. For compelling conclusion, it should have excellent summary of topic. For the technicality of writing, the research is almost entirely free of spelling, punctuation, and grammatical errors. After doing the task given to you, I want you to honestly write a simple reflection about your experience or any difficulties you have encountered on a clean sheet of paper. This serves as your assignment. All right! Congratulations for successfully completing all the modules of Quarter 4. Indeed, everything is a challenge accepted. Without your brave heart and persevering soul, you won't reach this far. That concludes our English 10 episode for today. Remember what Thomas Henry Huxley quoted? A man who speaks out honestly and fearlessly that which he knows and that which he believes will always enlist the goodwill and the respect, however much he may fail in winning the assent of his fellow men. This has been your Karen-interesting, Karen-inspiring, and Karen-engaging teacher in English, Teacher Karen, only here at Salida La Filipina TV. Thank you and God bless everyone. Bye-bye!
Salida la Filipina, ang iyong pangarap ay kikislap. Salida la Filipina, ang kaunungan ay magkakuntat. Salida la Filipina, edukasyon, abot kamay. Salida la Filipina, ang tagumpay sa tagumpay.
Mga kabataan, huwag panghinaan. Salida la Filipina ay bigyan daan. Ito ay magbibigay ng kaalaman. TV naman ngayon ang inyong paaralan. Mahirap man ang inyong sitwasyon, tayo ay magtulungan para sa edukasyon. Bawat isa ay mayroong misyon, matutong mabuti, maging inspirasyon.
Salida la Filipina, ang iyong pangarap ay kikislap. Salida la Filipina, ang karunungan ay makakantan. Salida la Filipina,